The movie begins by showing a camp named Mary Gold. Here, we see a girl who works in this camp. When she comes back to the camp office, her friend is also there. She tells him that she received a call from someone in cabin 6 who told her that they found a dead body there. Hearing this, the boy is shocked and says, "Nothing like this will happen." But she asks him to go there with her and see. Both of them went there, but they did not find anyone's dead body. Then the boy says, "Why don't we go to the nearby cabin which has been closed for many years?" But the girl refuses, saying, "I will wait here. If you want to go, then go." But somehow, he convinces her to go with him. After reaching outside the cabin, the girl says, "I am feeling something wrong here," but he forcibly takes her inside. And then they see a surprise was planned for that boy. All the members of the camp were waiting for him, celebrating his 4th anniversary, because it had been 4 years since he started working here. Seeing this, the girl understands that it was all their plan and there was no dead body here. She becomes very happy with the surprise. After that, everyone together has a lot of fun there. After some time, when they go to sleep, they start talking about a killer, a cruel murderer whose name was Boneface. This is also the name of the movie, but many of them believe it is not true at all. Then one girl tells them that it is true. The Boneface killer comes to camps and kills everyone brutally. He always lives in the forests, which is why no one can see him. Hearing this, everyone becomes very scared because they were also in a camp. But then they go to sleep. When it was midnight, we see the Boneface killer who actually enters the cabin and starts his work. That is, he starts killing them one by one very brutally. When the girl sees this, she runs away, but Boneface catches her and chops off her head with an axe. When he is not satisfied even with this, he pulls out her spine, causing her painful death. After some time, the sheriff comes there. When he sees the dead body, he is stunned by its terrible condition. The owner of the camp was also there. She starts vomiting after seeing the state of those dead bodies because her health deteriorates at such a scene. Seeing this, the sheriff understands this is definitely the work of the Boneface killer, the same one who goes to camps and kills people. With him was a deputy working on this case. The sheriff tells the deputy, "We will have to investigate here because it is midnight and the murderer would not have escaped yet. He must be hiding nearby." Then the sheriff asks the camp owner to go home. She says, "All these people were like my family, so please do not let this murderer escape." The sheriff says, "Do not worry, we will catch him." After this, the sheriff calls his team on the radio, asking them to come here, telling them there has been a lot of bloodshed in this camp. After that, he goes into the forest with the deputy and starts investigating. There, they see blood on a tree and understand that the murderer must have passed from here. Moving ahead, they see cars parked at a distance. When they check, there is no one inside. Those cars were parked outside a hotel, so they understand the murderer must have gone inside the hotel. So they go inside the hotel, where the waitress Jenny and a chef are working together. Some customers were also present there. Among them was a student boy, a Marine worker who had served in the Marines and now worked in construction, a father and daughter on a trip, an old stylish woman, 2 bikers, and a photographer girl. When the sheriff comes inside, he looks at all of them with suspicious eyes. He asks everyone at what time they came here. Jenny says, "I have been working here since 5. Then everyone else tells their own times. The sheriff asks, "Where have you come from and where are you going?" Everyone starts telling him about themselves. The daughter keeps staring at the Marine worker, which makes him angry, and he asks her, "Why are you staring at me?" Now it seemed as if she already knew the Marine worker. The sheriff then goes to the photographer, looking at her pictures because he knew one of them must be of the killer. The deputy finds a photo of Boneface and shows it to the sheriff. The sheriff takes the photo and goes outside to where it was taken. There, he sees blood on a dustbin. Inside, the student boy asks the Marine worker, "Did you kill anyone in the war?" The Marine worker is shocked. He finds this strange, so he does not answer. After some time, the sheriff returns with a black bag he brought from the dustbin. Everyone asks, "What is this?" He empties the bag on the table. Inside, there are shoes with blood, a jacket, and an axe. Not only this, there is also the Boneface mask. That means all these things belong to the killer. The sheriff tells everyone, "One of you is the murderer, the Boneface killer, and he recently killed some children." So tell us the truth, who among you is the murderer, because we will find out." Then they all start suspecting each other. After some time, they all say, "We are not the murderers." The bikers start laughing, saying, "You will not find any murderer here." The sheriff tells them Boneface has killed about 30 people. He goes to every summer camp and kills people brutally. Just an hour ago, many were killed in Camp Mary Gold. After killing them, the murderer came and hid here. Until this case is solved, no one will leave. We have already blocked the roads, so if the murderer tries to run, he will be caught. The bikers get angry, saying, "You have no warrant, you cannot do this." But the sheriff ignores them and tells the deputy to keep all these things in the trunk of the car, so when their team comes, they can investigate. After this, he puts up a closed sign outside. That means no new customers can come, and no one inside can leave. The deputy then starts checking the women to see if they had weapons, but nothing is found. But when they check the marine workers' shoes, a sharp knife is found hidden inside. They keep it. The bikers refuse to get checked, but they are forced. Nothing is found with them either. The old woman goes to the washroom. There the photographer girl says, "I know everything about you." The old woman is shocked and tells her to leave, asking her not to tell anyone. Meanwhile, the father tries to listen to the bikers' conversation, but the older biker scolds him and drives him away. The bikers talk among themselves, planning to beat the sheriff and deputy and escape because their time is being wasted. When Jenny brings coffee to the photographer, she sees the photo of Boneface open on the laptop. Jenny says, "I feel scared looking at this. You should delete it." Now the sheriff says, "Everyone get your shoes checked." The killer's shoe size is 9. First, he checks the marine workers' shoes, which are size 10. The student boy says this is useless. Anyone can wear different sized shoes. The sheriff then checks the old woman's shoes, which are size 7. One by one, everyone's shoes are checked, but no match is found. The bikers refuse to remove their shoes but are forced, and their shoes also don't match. The chef's size is 10 and Jenny's is 7. When the student sees this method didn't work, he writes a note saying, "I know who the killer is." The sheriff tells everyone, "I am going outside with this student boy for fresh air." But soon, the sheriff returns carrying the student who has foam in his mouth. He writhes in pain and dies quickly. The sheriff is shocked. He tells everyone someone poisoned him because the killer knew he had found out the truth. Everyone says maybe the sheriff is the killer and he killed the student. The sheriff angrily says, "You cannot accuse me." Everyone asks whose name did the student write. The sheriff says he was just about to say it but suddenly fell sick. Now they all suspect Jenny since she was the waitress serving food. Jenny gets angry, saying, "Why would I kill him?" They argue and place the boy's body in the bathroom. Now the sheriff questions everyone. First, he asks the marine worker, "Did you fight the Gulf War?" He says yes. Then he asks, "How many people did you kill?" He replies, "We were ordered, so I killed thousands at once." Hearing this, everyone is shocked. They ask, "When did you retire?" He says, "I did not retire, I was expelled for being medically unfit." Suspicion on him increases. Then the daughter says, "I recognize this marine worker. A few years ago, I went to Camp Mary Gold where he worked. There, a girl claimed he tried to harm her. He was fired." Hearing this, he says, "That girl was forcing herself on me, and when I refused, she lied. That's why I was fired." Everyone is shocked again. Now the sheriff asks the photographer, "How did you take the photo of the murderer?" She says, "He came into the picture by mistake." Then they ask the old woman if she went out. Jenny says yes, she went out for 5 minutes to smoke. The photographer then says she thinks the old woman is guilty because she killed 2 husbands and has a court case. The old woman admits, "Yes, I was married twice, but I didn't kill them." Suddenly, the bikers attack the sheriff. They beat him, but the deputy points a gun at them and they are tied up. Then the bikers vomit and drugs come out. The sheriff says, "Now I understand why you wanted to escape. You are drug dealers afraid of getting caught." Just then, the sheriff gets a call from his partner who says he knows the real killer. The sheriff goes straight to the chef, saying, "Surrender, we know you are the murderer." The chef says, "I am not the murderer. I only wanted to kill the Marine worker because he tried to harm my daughter. The Marine worker says, "It was your daughter who was wrong, not me." Now the chef takes out a knife and the Marine worker takes a gun. The Marine worker shoots the chef and the deputy shoots the Marine worker. Both die. Everyone thinks Boneface was the chef, killing campers for revenge for his daughter. They let everyone leave. Later, police arrive. The deputy tells Jenny, "You should go home." Jenny says yes, but first I need the washroom. She goes in but doesn't return. She escapes. The deputy then finds the sheriff's body, his throat cut. She realizes Jenny is the real killer. She alerts her team and goes into the forest, aiming her gun. She tells Jenny to come out. Jenny appears. The deputy asks, "Why did you do this?" Jenny explains, "I had a twin brother, a special child with physical problems. We lived in a camp. Other children bullied him, urinated on his bed. One day they tied him to a tree. The rope cut his neck and he died at only 13. The camp owners took no action. My brother got no justice. Rage grew inside me, so I decided to take revenge and killed those children one by one. Now I go to every camp. Wherever wrong happens, I kill those people." The deputy asks, "Did you kill the student boy?" She says yes, because he saw me in the forest with blood on my hands. I poisoned his food. I also knew the chef hated the Marine worker, so I planted a knife and a gun to make them kill each other, and it worked. The deputy says, "Drop your weapon," but Jenny attacks her. The deputy shoots her in the neck. Jenny bleeds heavily and finally dies. She was the Boneface killer. A few days later, we see camp members sitting by a fire talking. They discuss Boneface Jenny. They say, even though Boneface is dead, her terror and stories will never die. Maybe because of her fear, bad people will stop doing wrong. And with this, the story of the film ends here. And if you like this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment the name of the movie below.